It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And it is Wizard basketball tonight as the Washington Wizards go up against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Well, for the Clippers, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. And on the floor tonight, we'll get to see one of the better shooters in the league, Danilo Gallinari, always a threat. He can light a team up when he gets hot. What do you guys like about Danilo's game?
Can I get some Italian music with this?
Okay.
Oh, mafia music. He has a great touch on all his shots, Ernie. Has the height to shoot over any and most of all small forwards. I like his game. Gallinari, he's definitely one of us.
Oh, you gonna keep the music going? Okay. Well, you know, he stepped up his game by making an effort. He really has the ability to get to the rim. Music is over. Thank you.
Kevin.
You could have used it in this voice, Ernie. Say Kevin.
The busy freeways of Los Angeles, a hallmark of this sprawling metropolis. We're coming to you from Southern California. It's the Clippers in the City of Angels for a little interconference action here at the Staples Center. Thank you for being with us. 2K Sports brings you the NBA Live this Saturday afternoon broadcast. I'm Kevin Harlan. We've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony alongside, and our sideline reporter tonight, David Aldridge. Washington is working their way through a road trip into today's game. They've got to feel like, guys, they have an opportunity to rack up some wins over the next stretch of their schedule. You know, they'll be playing a lot of games in their own building.
And, you know, for the Wizards, they've already shown they're going to be a dangerous team this season. It's just a matter of whether or not they can take that next big step.
They're in a terrific position to do it, right near the top of the standings. Plenty of the season left to play. This month or two should reveal their true colors.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, DeAndre Jordan shoots with his left hand, but he bowls with his right. He throws with his right, and he finishes with his right around the rim. But he insists he's left-handed. He said, I tried to shoot with my right hand, and it was pretty much the same, maybe worse. I'm going to stick with the left because I've been practicing that for a while. Kevin?
Interesting strategy, DA. Thank you. Jordan shoots a high percentage from the field. You can't fault him for using that logic. Hey, Smitty, when you get this far into the season, we see more teams having to deal with the occasional back-to-back game. Just how hard is it to play 2 nights in a row?
It's extremely hard. You have to be on top of your game, like you say, and for night in and night out for a back-to-back. And what makes it also hard is the opponent and also the amount of travel. Sometimes you're getting in at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and you got to turn around and play again. You just haven't been enough time to recover. That's when you have a deep roster. Those guys can help.
People don't realize back in the day there were 4 and 5 days, 5 and 7 days. Those are tough.
Those were extremely tough.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Wizards. The explosive backcourt is Wall and Beal at the 1 and 2. Morris and Gortat together down low. And it's Porter in at the small forward position. Now here's Wall. Really played well against Phoenix in his last outing. Bradley against Beal. Pulls up on the wing. Washington with the rebound. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, and some nights, you know, the starters carry the load, and then there's others when it's about the bench. That night, the bench won out.
Sometimes when you go to your second unit, sometimes the offense can bog down. Not that night.
Tipped away. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Los Angeles on D, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And after a near win, you second guess a number of things that didn't go your way.
I think looking back on that one, it's a learning experience. We'll see if they can make some of the necessary corrections.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Left side, Jordan. And it's sent back by Morris. They retain possession. On the wing, Porter. It's stolen by Bradley. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Bradley's got the ball, and that one's good. Beverly.
Good open look. Avery looking poised with the ball in his hands, making decisions.
Ball passes to Morris. And Gortat kicks to Porter. Back to Gortat, and stolen by Jordan. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Such a hounding defender. Beverly timing the steal and initiating the break.
Beal with it. Another key contributor to that nice win against Phoenix. Gortat dishes to Porter. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Can't be careless with DeAndre is around. He slaps shots back with some real authority.
And Bradley gets it to go. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Now here's Wall. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Beal drives in. Chalk up 2 there. Beal's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Now here is Harris. 23 points for him the last game against Minnesota.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Now Wall. After Gallinari missed from long range. Outside for Beal. No good from outside. The Clippers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And this is the thing about Harris. He is sneaky on the glass. Do not let him get position.
And Wall kicks to Morris. On the wing, Porter. Oh, Morris in position. Tries to keep it alive. And that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Porter. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Wizards.
And no doubt they relied upon that 3-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it.
Clippers leading by 4. Well, Greg, for 2 straight seasons before this, the Wizards have had a starting 5 that all average double figures on the year. The engine of this offense, I think, is the backcourt, but they can all hurt you, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Having a balanced offense like they do makes it tough for teams to prepare defensively. You can't just double or key in on Wall or Beal because they do a great job of facilitating. I think the bigger question moving forward is just going to be what will the impact of that bench be, and ultimately that's going to determine whether they can contend.
A nice shot by Jordan.
With his size and athleticism, no wonder DeAndre Jordan is one of the most fearsome rebounders in the game.
Beverly against Wall. Outside, Beal. Porter outside. Drops in the tray. Porter's got himself on the board with 3 there.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Jordan the screen. The 3 from Bradley. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. Beal, that's for 2. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Gallinari on the wing. And the 3 off target.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Back to Wall. Oh, Moore's in position. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Marcin Gortat. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable, averaging about 15 points, 16 rebounds, and 2 assists. And I'm not sure he can play any better than he has. I mean, surprising a lot of people with his play here of late.
Therein lies the question. Has he reached a new level in his game, or is this just a hot streak that'll eventually cool down? We'll see.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
And it's Harris off the drive. Gortat with the block. And here is Beal. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. And the jam by Beal.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another unleash chaos moment. Now, here is Gallinari. His last outing, he had 24 points.
With a hand in his face, Gallinari showing great confidence and composure.
And Wall kicks to Beal. They set the pick. Dishes it to Morris. No good that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. And now the fast break. Gallinari with the ball. And it's Bradley. That time on the assist from Gallinari. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Gallinari, very unselfish, draws a lot of defensive attention, which often leads to open teammates.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Smitty, still the most electrifying play in the game, the slam dunk. For your money, who are the more phenomenal dunkers right now in the league?
Zach LaVine is at top of my list.
High flyer, you're right.
LeBron James, Aaron Gordon, those guys.
Antetokounmpo.
Yes. I mean, you talk about guys that are trying stuff that guys don't try in games. Those guys, Russell Westbrook, love to see more of these guys in the dunk contest. But Zach LaVine right now is the top of my list.
He is. The Wizards with another miss. Los Angeles leading by 3. Outside Williams. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Frazier outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Oubre. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Here is a list of the NBA's most adept passing teams this season. These are your assist leaders. 4th, the Clippers.
And a team that shares the ball will create opportunities for the right player to score.
The first one falls. Well, you look back at the Clippers and what hurdles they've had to jump through, and they've faced a lot of bad luck over the last couple years, especially with injuries.
You know, this team can't catch a break, and it always seems like it's when playoff time is around. Always, it seems like one of the key star players are missing in the postseason. It happens year after year. It stunts their title hopes.
And both free throws good for Oubre. Well, you knew with all the potential free agents with the Clippers last offseason, they could look different this year. And you can't avoid change, as we all know, in the NBA.
You're so right, Kevin. A very different team makeup now for the Clippers. Hard to replace a player like Chris Paul. We'll see what this new look roster can do.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Frazier outside. In the corner, it's Oubre. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. first free throw is good.
Well, when you look at this Washington team, the strength clearly lies in that backcourt. Wall and Beal, arguably the best backcourt in this league. They are the engine that motors this team with their scoring and playmaking.
And both free throws good for Oubre. Los Angeles leading by 3. Now Rivers. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Passes it to Teodosic. It's stolen by Frazier. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game. This Washington backcourt of Wall and Beal. Last season, Greg, they were able to both stay healthy, and Wizards fans finally saw just how potent they both could be.
And remember all those rumors how these two couldn't coexist? Well, they sure liked existing together last season. I mean, they really carried this group when it mattered, and both just explosive players who are not only leaders, but they're terrific two-way players for this franchise.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You know what? It's a big momentum builder for sure. That could be a game-changing moment there.
Scott, good.
Because he's inconsistent from range, the defense dares him to take that shot. Bad gamble there.
Here's Teodosic. Frazier covering, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, easy call.
And Milos Teodosic, one of the bigger names in basketball not to play in the NBA last season, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, the Clippers brought him over from Europe to help kind of ease the loss of Chris Paul. He's a terrific playmaker who is one of the best passers in the world, and not young, but respected by many around the globe.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Smitty, you retired back in what, 2005? Do you still get a chance to play pickup from time to time?
You know, we play pickup, Kevin. Yes, in 2005, I retired. Some guys I get a chance to play with in Atlanta, Dale Davis, Antonio Davis, Charles Oakley, Tony Delk. So we have a great group. Other than that, we're real old and have gray hair. But now it's got uglier and uglier. We play about 1 or 2 games, and we let our kids pick up the rest.
Smitty, I can see maybe speed and quickness going because of age, but I bet the shot is always still pretty much there, correct?
The shot is still there, and the fouling has gone up to another level.
Meeks. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Frazier's got 3 assists in the game.
The defense cannot afford to give him an inch that close to the basket because he will burn you every time.
Harrell kicks to Rivers. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And here we go, the Wizards' fast break. Poked away, stolen by Rivers. To the paint, here's Harrell, and he uses the glass on the layup. Harrell's got his second basket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Frazier outside. There's the dish to Scott. Now here's Frazier. Tight defense on him. The kick out to Scott. Offensive rebound. Pass to Meeks. To the left wing. Frazier left side. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer. Meeks got 5 now.
That's outstanding decision-making there to change his shot and find an open teammate for an easy basket.
There's the pass to Marjanovic. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Frazier. He's coming off a 10-point game against Phoenix. The feed to Oubre. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. 8 points for him. Here's Williams. They trail by 1. The 10-footer and the rejection by Mahinmi. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And one of our game's most explosive dunkers, DeAndre Jordan, tells us what it feels like to be DeAndre Jordan.
And you jump 20 feet in the air, it's like you're flying for a quick second. And then I've learned that how good the dunk was on the reaction of my teammates.
And for a guy like DeAndre, and a guy of DeAndre's size, guys, it's hard to believe how fluid he is in the air.
He's got some body torque into those jams, and just all around, he seems to improve his game every year.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Protecting that rim early on, that's been a big factor for them tonight.
Well, you can erase a lot of defensive mistakes when you have shot blockers lurking in the background.
Taking a look at the Wizards. Scott is out there with Oubre. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. Then there's Frazier, and it's Meeks in at the shooting guard. With a floater, and out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Mahinmi. Averaging about 7 points, 10 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
Frazier the pass to Meeks. He kicks to Oubre. Mahinmi a screen on Rivers. Here's Frazier. It's tipped. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Toronto. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot. But it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, Washington. They're 5 spots away.
And seeing where Washington is, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
I agree. As good as they've been, they do seem like they're missing that true killer instinct that sets the great teams apart from the good ones.
Clippers with the ball. Following the three-pointer by Washington. Teodosic, and too long on the shot.
Can't convert, but a good opportunity from mid-range. He'll take that every time.
Inside. Here's Scott. Can't hit that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Rivers. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Rivers has got his first 3 points of the game. He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Now, here's Meeks. He had 10 points in the win against Phoenix. Basket good. Mahinmi's got his first bucket in this one.
And no doubt, both teams competing at a high level, but the consistency has been lacking here. Another lead change.
I like to fight in these clubs. Neither side willing to give an inch. We'll see how it turns out.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Well, the NBA we know has incredible competition, and more times than not, it's more serious than anything else, and you're so locked in. But Steve, right, there are moments of levity that everybody can kind of laugh at, correct?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think the one thing is having a teammate go to their free throw line, shooting an air ball, and him glancing over at the bench, and, you know, nobody wants to laugh at times. But depending on the game, you just bust out laughing, and then he goes up there and shoots it really hard to make sure he doesn't have an air ball. And then the one when you're passing the basketball and the teammate is not looking and you catch him right in the chopper. tackles. That's the one everybody laughs about the most.
How about you personally? Any moment that either you were laughing or people were laughing at something that happened to you on the floor?
You know, I had this one, we call it a flat tire, Kevin. I was led. Teammate Brevin Knight threw it out, and I couldn't stop. And my legs wobbled. I fell. I caught it and went out of bounds. That's the one I think for me was the funniest. It just wasn't funny when it happened.
And Bradley gets it to go.
And this is what Avery likes. It's where he feels most comfortable, the in-between area.
Beal dishes to Gortat. Pass to Wall. In the corner, it's Morris. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Well, you look at Markieff Morris, and you see a player, Greg, who is finally meeting his potential.
And you know what? Give credit to Morris because he's fallen in line with the team and the staff here. I think he's always had the talent to be an impact player. It just took a structured situation for him to really flourish, and I think he's found a home here in Washington.
First one falls for him. And Morris drops them both.
It's a luxury to have a big man who can shoot free throws this way.
Harris inside the line, and the dunk by Jordan.
That's what DeAndre is out there to do. Dropping the hammer is his specialty.
Here's Wall. Porter in the corner. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Porter's got the lead up to 2 now for Washington. Jordan the screen, and Beverly kicks to Harris. Harris missing again.
You know, he really is forcing it right now. This has been a frustrating night for him.
And stolen by Harris. To the inside. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
For anyone out there questioning Bradley's strength, there you go. Converts right through the foul call.
And Avery Bradley won the national high school title at Findlay Prep and was considered a top 5 prospect. Some had him even at #1, and still after one season at Texas, he fell to the Celtics at 19 in that 2010 draft.
One shot.
And Bradley, a great athlete. He won the dunk contest in high school. Terrific player, but he's not a big highlight player, it seems, in the NBA, Greg.
Yeah, you know, his strength and explosiveness more on display defensively, and that's been his meal ticket. He's added skill, though. He's turned the corner and has become a two-way threat.
Here's Beverly following the basket by Otto Porter. Clippers moving the ball around. Gallinari passes to Beverly. Jordan the screen with the teardrop, and that one's good. Beverly's got 6 points.
You talk about a player who never backs down. Beverly unbothered by the good D.
And Wall kicks to Porter. It's Beal on the wing. 5 to shoot. And here's Wall outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Jordan's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Wall against Beverly. Wall dishes to Gortat. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got 3 assists now in this one. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Now, here's Bradley. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Porter. Here's Wall. And there's the bucket. Stand with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. He has 6.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
Outside, Beal. Morris outside. Feeds it to Wall. Kicks it to Gortat. And it's Gortat finishing it off.
He is a big guy, and Gortat doesn't play the finesse game. This is a guy who's all about strength. Forget about laying it up there. He's going to take the power approach.
And the Clippers have possession following the bucket by the Wizards. Jordan the screen. Harris outside. And it's sent back by Morris. And they're able to recover. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Harris.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
Now here's Wall following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Left side, Beal. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Harris kicks to Beverly. Jordan the screen. Beverly against Wall. Wall with a block. Left side, Beal. He dishes it to Porter. Knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Over to the wing. Beverly wide open. And again, no good by the Clippers.
He's hit a rough patch this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it, though.
Porter passes to Beal. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Avery Bradley.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And you could argue Bradley Beal was one of the bigger all-star snubs from last season. It's great to see what he can do when finally healthy, and has always been a dangerous scorer when he's at 100%.
Throw good, Beal. And with Beal, and Greg, you brought this up with his health because he hadn't been able really to play a full slate of games in his first 4 years in the NBA.
Yeah, and credit him for dedicating his efforts to improve his health. I mean, was a time when you thought injuries would maybe limit his career, but when he's on the court, he is one of the best we have at that off-guard position, and he's only going to get better.
Well, like so many teams in the NBA, Steve, the Clippers have also acquired the right to run an NBA G League team this season. Always a move that helps the NBA franchise long term.
Yeah, it does. And for the Clippers, who have an older group, it makes a lot of sense. Get more minutes for their young draftees to develop. Definitely a big plus for the Clippers going forward.
Clippers trail by 10. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And as of late, they have not looked good at all. Actually, they've been dominated.
And the worst part, they're starting to get down on themselves. Really need that one big play to spark some life back into them.
And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. The Wizards 5th.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Harris kicks to Beverly. Trying to find Bradley. Gets it to him. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Bradley's got 7 now in this quarter.
You know, he had a hot start to this game. He's only gotten hotter. We'll see if the defense makes an adjustment.
Porter kicks to Morris. Over Harris. Another shot. Morris with the bucket. And the Wizards lead by 8.
His combination of energy and anticipation showing up on the offensive glass.
Harris outside. Jordan the screen. Shot off the pick. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Washington calls timeout, and this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
This is going to be a fun first game between these two squads. Buckle up.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Take a look at the Warriors. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And of course, there's Los Angeles. They're much further down in the standings right now.
You know, for Los Angeles, that big splash they were hoping for to start the season just never evolved. I mean, they're stuck there in the middle of the pack.
It's not how you start, though. It's how you finish, right? So they still got time to pull this all together and make some noise as the season goes along.
Marjanovic, and he banks in the layup.
Second chance opportunities, the great equalizer.
Washington leading now by 7. On the wing, Scott. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Clippers trail by 10. Dishes to Williams. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The former 6th man of the year in 2015, Lou Williams, can fill it up in a hurry.
Sweet Lou. I mean, he is a terrific shooter, uses that fadeaway to create some space, and he has really become a master at getting himself to the free throw line. He excels in this role in terms of creating efficient offense off the bench.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That's good from Williams.
You look at the trajectory of Williams' career. 2nd round pick, started slow, but his game has aged like a fine wine.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
This is where he feels 100% comfortable taking all the free points he can get.
Frazier outside. To the paint. It's stolen by Marjanovic. One-on-one fast break. 13 feet away. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Rivers has got 5 now. Frazier outside. He feeds it to Mahinmi. In the corner, it's Oubre. Now here's Frazier. Tight defense on him. Meeks can't hit. Clippers trail by 6. There's the 3. Oubre pulls it in. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. For Washington, they have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. And he makes the first. And so Meeks nails both of them. There's 38 seconds left in the first half. Passes it to Teodosic. Back to Williams. They set the pick. Here's the three. And it's Williams again missing.
He's being aggressive, trying to turn around the team's fortunes, but he's having a hard time executing.
Frazier kicks to Scott. Frazier outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It's his first trip to the line.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And the first one at the line is good. And Frazier drops them both. 5 seconds left in the first half, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Meeks inside the three-point line. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so it's the Washington Wizards going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Doc, how do you win this game?
I tell you, every quarter we've had a 2-minute stretch where, guys are playing hard. They're trying to win. But you got to win together by running your stuff. And we're trying to make it up, and the turnovers are killing us right now.
I know you call that hero ball. Thanks, Doc. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. They took over in the second quarter, building their lead up to 10 points by the half and looking very much like a team that is determined to turn this game into a laugher. And taking a look at the Wizards, Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, they were really in attack mode. The most telling stat is how many times they got to the free throw line. They weren't all afraid to get their hand and get those elbows dirty. You know I'm a specialist when it comes to the elbows, Ernie.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Clippers.
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Welcome back, everyone. That's Santa Monica down below, very popular with the beachgoers here in the Los Angeles area. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Without question, Avery Bradley displaying his skills today.
Yeah, you don't think of him as a big-time playmaker, but over the first two quarters, that's exactly what he was.
It's a nice change for him and for the team. It's not like he's selfish. We're just not used to him playing that way.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Washington leading now by 10. Patrick Beverly out there with Avery Bradley. Then there's Gallinari. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harris in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
Here's Jordan after the basket by Washington. Here's Bradley. Rebound by the Wizards. Gortat's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside, Wall. Morris with the screen for Wall. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, easy to appreciate Wall, an all-star caliber talent who just fills up the stat sheet.
And I think everyone can now agree that John Wall is one of the better point guards in the NBA.
No doubt. At this point, when you factor in his production, he's got to be in the top 5, if not top 3 guards in the league. One of the better passers we have as well. It's just hard to find guards that can create so easily the way Wall can.
The first free throw is good.
Man, Doc Rivers has quite the resume as a player and as a NBA coach. Won a title with the Boston Celtics, also a former Coach of the Year.
And so John Wall nails both of them. And with Rivers and the accolades he's had as a head coach, it goes a long way in how players and veterans want to play for him.
It is. Rivers has been in the league for such a long time. He has a lot of respect from his peers. Strong track record as a coach. Only missed the playoffs 3 times in his coaching career. He's a player's coach.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
And Beal kicks to Wall. Buries the long-range jumper. Wall's got 13.
And Wall, just a talented offensive player, someone who lights up the shot chart from just about every area.
Outside Bradley. Jordan the screen. Shoots from the baseline. The offensive rebound. Misses the follow-up.
Just 1 for 4 since the break. They are looking for better efficiency on the offensive end.
Here's Wall. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Jordan with the screen on Porter. Clock at 6. Gortat with the steal. And here we go. Washington fast break. Offensive rebound. And that one's good by Porter. He's got 12.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Harris. Los Angeles with another miss.
Terrible beginning to the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
Oh, Morris in position. It's stolen by Bradley. Now here's Bradley, the fast break opportunity. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Washington leading now by 17. Here's Beal. And the shot no good, a bit short. Gallinari with it, now guarded by Porter. Back to Gallinari. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Beverly kicks to Harris. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
We know Harris is good off the dribble, now becoming equally adept at the catch and shoot.
It's Beal on the wing. The dish to Gortat. Back to Beal. And it's blocked by Jordan. Harris against Morris. Harris kicks to Beverly. It's Bradley on the wing. Jordan the screen. Goes up to the stripe. Beal with the block. They get it back. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
One shot.
And Tobias Harris, the former Tennessee Volunteer. You would think a player who has been so efficient, Steve, on offense his whole career wouldn't have bounced around as much as he has.
It is surprising how much he's changed teams. Always a factor on offense, and he doesn't need many touches. If I'm a coach, I love to have him as an option.
One shot. One shot.
Wizards leading by 12. Wall dishes to Porter. Pass to Gortat. Morris kicks to Gortat, and it's Gortat finishing it off.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Beverly with the ball. He's got 8, and the Clippers call time here. And this is the first season where we have ads on jerseys in the NBA with the teams. Gut reaction, Steve, now that you've seen the ads on the jerseys, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I don't like it because I know it's going to start to add up. Well, we're not going to even be able to see the player's name and the logos. It's just going to be ads everywhere. I understand it, but I don't like it.
You know, I can see it for practice jerseys. I can see it maybe when you're selling it retail to the fans. But, I mean, isn't there enough advertising already? I mean, that's one of the great things about keep it as pure as possible. I get the European deal, but there's so much money here, it would seem like this is just an add-on that doesn't need to be added on.
Kevin, I'm totally agreement with you. I think practice jerseys, like you said, selling the jerseys maybe, but I think also maybe at the All-Star game, you can fill those guys up for that one game. But I would love to keep it pure, getting a chance to just see those uniforms the way they are.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Bradley passes to Beverly. Jordan sets the pick for Beverly. Gallinari wide open. No good with the triple. Wizards leading by 16. Here's Wall, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Listen, 84 is a really good number to post at the foul line, and that's where he's at on the year.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And so Wall nails both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Clippers trail by 18. Jordan the screen. Here's Harris. A shot off that time. Good work defensively by Morris. It's Beal on the wing, guarded by Bradley. And Wall kicks to Gortat. Outside for Beal. The Wizards with another miss.
Just hasn't had it tonight, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
It's stolen by Wall. Shot on the wing. Beal can't get that one to fall.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
You know what? At some point, you have to decide. Do you keep pressing the issue, or do you focus on setting up others?
Now, here's Porter. Following the miss by Avery Bradley. The 3 from Morris. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Jordan's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after. Bradley, no one around him. Bradley with another miss.
Tough to cut into a lead when you can't make shots. He's been off all period.
So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for the Wizards.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That free throw, no good. And Los Angeles with some changes. Austin Rivers comes in for Bradley. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Washington, Mahinmi's checked in for Gortat. Scott comes in for Markieff Morris. And it's Frazier in for John Wall. Good on the second free throw. Clippers trail by 19. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. And that log came from a mile away, and it was right on the money.
Talk about a long-distance connection. Frazier dishes to Scott. Good, great play set up by Frazier. Scott's got 12 in the game.
I'll tell you, even though he's a question mark from range, you still have to defend him.
There's the pass to Jordan. The feed now to Harris. That one doesn't go. Nice D from Scott.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
A nice shot by Frazier.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And the Clippers call time here. And last season, Greg, you heard a lot of names brought up for most improved player in the league, and Otto Porter was one of them.
I mean, and I think for Porter, the change came when he just felt more comfortable from deep in terms of shooting. He always had a solid mid-range game, but now he looks comfortable from deep and has become one of the bigger threats we have in the league.
For the Clippers, Marjanovic checked in for Jordan. Harrell comes in for Tobias Harris. And Teodosic subbed in for Gallinari. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Washington. Jody Meeks comes in for Bradley Beal. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Wizards leading by 23. Goes back up and count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, we know he's been confident with the shot. A big reason why they're ahead in this game.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
That's good from Scott. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Marjanovic. Here's Teodosic. He kicks it to Harrell. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
How does he miss that layup? He's too good to be doing that.
Here's Oubre. And Jody Meeks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. The Clippers shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Passes it to Marjanovic. Down low, Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
The Clippers have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Shooting 1.
And that one misses.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Over in the corner, Meeks. He's looking for Mahinmi and finds him.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Here's Teodosic. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. The story from beyond the arc. Here's who's leading in that category across the NBA. In the third spot, Austin Rivers.
What a percentage that is for him from three-point range this season. His deep touch is about as good as you're going to see.
Rivers against Frazier. Feeds it to Scott. Over Harrell. Scott can't get it to go.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling. This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
And here's Frazier after Lou Williams was able to get the three to go. And now here's Rivers, the fast break opportunity. Marjanovic, a screen on Frazier. High arcing shot. Marjanovic, no good, and it's Washington's ball. They're on an 18-7 run. And again, Washington, no good.
Wow, he had it at point-blank range, but the defense was all over him.
And Jody Meeks gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Teodosic. Pass to Marjanovic. Outside Williams. Count it. Good. Williams has got 11 points.
Using his athleticism in the paint, Lou beats everyone to the punch.
Now here's Frazier. He's got 5. Here's the screen. Oubre passes to Mahinmi. Expanding his range. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 11.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working.
Rebound by Mahinmi.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And Meeks kicks to Frazier. 1:46 left in the third quarter of the game. Scott dishes to Mahinmi. Shoots over Marjanovic. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Mahinmi. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And he lays in the alley-oop.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Now here's Frazier. 5 points in the game. Over Rivers. A shot by Frazier, no good. The Clippers really having a tough go here. And there's the foul. It's on Tim Frazier. That's his first foul. .109 left to play here in the third. Rivers gets a wide open look. And the 3 ball is good. Rivers has got 8. Wizards leading by 20. Frazier outside. Kicks it to Meeks. Out left to the wing. And here's Oubre. 11 points in the game. Oh, trying for it. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
And he throws it right out of bounds. Careless mistake.
Washington's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. On the wing, Scott takes the 3. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Nobody near Williams. A second chance effort, and Marjanovic with the layup. He has 6. Marjanovic has gone 3 of 6 shooting from the field, 50% so far. Now Frazier, he's got 5. Mahinmi a screen. He dishes it to Meeks. Back to Mahinmi, and so it's Washington with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And more than anything, their three-point shooting is what sparked them. A fantastic night from long range so far. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now we take a look back to Doc Rivers talking to his team from his huddle.
Hey, guys, we need a run right here. Come on now. You're right there. You're right there. All right, let's go.
And sensing the need to string together more baskets, Doc Rivers giving his team a little pep talk.
Yeah, he's going after the momentum. I mean, Doc sees an opportunity here for them to put their stamp on this game.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. So on the floor for Washington, Oubre out there with Scott. Then it's Jody Meeks. Then there's Frazier. And it's Mahinmi in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Scott after the basket by Montrezl Harrell. Meeks on the wing. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. It's tipped. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
And how about the reaction time on D there? Almost comes up with the pick.
You know, these are the little plays that can add up when you look over the course of a game.
Bradley's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley comes in for Teodosic. Then for the Wizards, Morris comes in for Scott, and John Wall subbed in for Frazier. Outside, Wall. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Knocks it loose. Meeks with the steal. And now the fast break. Meeks with the ball. And Wall with the slam.
And he can just fly. We know that about Wall now, that he's got plenty of ways to finish at the rim once he gets up, and beyond.
And Beverly kicks to Harrell. Here's Rivers. Offensive rebound. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Mahinmi. Here's Meeks. And he makes good on the layup. And the Wizards lead by 20.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
Dishes it to Bradley. To the middle. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. And the demands of NBA basketball, no secret. The league has taken measures, Steve, to allow players more time for rest, which is good, and more time for recovery, which is better. Less back-to-backs. Do you think more can be done and should be done in those areas?
You know, I know the league is looking at it. The less back-to-backs is fantastic, and I think they're looking at the travel and the recovery. So as more and more they can limit back-to-backs, I think that helps guys recover. I think guys get a chance to be ready to go, because playing a back-to-back is extremely hard. And I think guys on their own are doing a lot to be able to take care of their bodies in the off-season. So I think both the players and league are doing a fantastic job.
A different look for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Marjanovic. And it's Gallinari in for Rivers. And then for Washington, Gortat's checked in for Mahinmi. Porter comes in for Oubre, and Bradley Beal subbed in for Jody Meeks. So he gets them both. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. And Wall kicks to Morris. The Clippers grab the miss. Harrell's got 4 rebounds in this game.
You know, this is a time when you don't have to force anything. You're in command of this game.
Beverly, the pass to Jordan. Good on the shot.
Boy, DeAndre has gotten more and more comfortable from inside, really making a name for himself down there.
Wall with it. In the corner, it's Morris. Nice ball movement by Washington. 6 to shoot. Here's Porter. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
He gets that one. Harrell's got 10 points in just the second half.
Not letting his team down. He's been very strong. He just needs a little help from his teammates.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Los Angeles Clippers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Beal. Harris is checked in for the Clippers. And both free throws good for Beal. Clippers trail by 18. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Jordan with a screen on Beal. Here's Bradley, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Here you have the consummate pro. Rare to see Avery Bradley complain or give anything less than 100%.
Shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Wizards leading by 17. Here's Wall. Morris inside. Harris is there. Tries again. Rejected by Harris.
You don't see a lot of block shots from Harris, so enjoy that one.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. And that one's good by Porter.
Yeah, that's a great shot. 3rd 3 of the game for him, first in this half.
Beverly dishes to Bradley. And Gallinari kicks to Harris. Looking to get it going. Gortat comes up with the rebound. Here's Beal. Here's Porter. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That one on Gallinari.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Well, you always hear about a player working extra hard in the offseason when they're approaching free agency, or how much truth is there to the idea, Steve, of a player doing more in a contract year, trying harder?
Well, you hear it. I mean, you hear teammates, you hear guys, competitors, you hear us analysts saying, you know when there's a contract year for a lot of guys, and you look at a guy putting in a little bit more effort. I think the guy that you respect the most is when they play the same way all the time, whether it's a contract year or the first year. But a lot of guys do ramp it up and make more shots when it's a contract year.
But that's human nature, don't you think? I mean, if you know there's a prize at the end, the harder you work. If there's a big test at the end of the week, you study harder. I mean, I would just think that's just human nature.
It is, and I think for instance, the teams and general managers, you have to do your homework to understand the type of player that you're paying for a long time.
And the second free throw, good. Clippers trail by 21. Beverly the pass to Harris. Jordan the screen. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul. Now here's Beverly. It's Jordan on the wing. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
You know, he's standing 6'11", 265 pounds. DeAndre Jordan remains an absolute force in this league, a big guy who is hard to contain.
2.
Free throw good, Jordan. Hey, Greg, when you look at all the dunks that DeAndre Jordan has on his resume, it's pretty impressive.
And Jordan, I feel, is even underrated with his dunking ability. Very agile. You can see that in warm-ups as well as the dunk contest. His unmatched power when attacking the rim, really unprecedented. He may be the best athlete in the league.
Washington leading now by 19. Wall dishes to Porter. Beal against Bradley. The drive by Beal.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, the league has long had a rookie orientation program. People rave about it. It continues to develop and evolve. More recently, Steve, they've created a program for players transitioning to retirement. This is an outstanding idea. What's important with that in your eyes?
I'm glad you brought that up, Kevin. I think the rookie orientation should even start even earlier. I think it should start at the college level. Not saying that everybody's going to make it to the NBA, but it helps you what they give you just in the game of life. And then transitioning to retirement, I think it should be the first day you sign that NBA contract, the transition should start, because it could end with an injury. And obviously we know even if you play a lengthy career, in 10 or 12 years is over.
Like if you were going to talk to a young player and if the player said, Steve, give me one thing that I need to remember as I go through my career and then it ends, what's the one thing, piece of advice you would feed to a young player about what's going to be at the end of this journey?
Well, I think first of all, there's a couple things, Kevin, and I have to answer. First, you got to keep your value system. Second, financially, you got to understand is make it simple as possible. You're not going to be able to live on the same type of salary for the rest of your life. So if you have a contract, say $20 million, in a simple way, divide that up for like 50 years, because that's how much you're going to need to be able to live off of.
Beverly with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Wizards leading by 21. Here's Beal, and Jordan sends it back.
Yeah, that one put them over the limit, and it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
And for DeAndre Jordan, he doesn't do a lot of things on the floor, but what he does do, he does extremely well, in my opinion. One of the best dunkers and finishers inside. He's also a fantastic rebounder on both ends.
And the first one drops. And with Jordan, it's not a knock to say he doesn't do too much. You know, Steve, he knows exactly what he's got to do and how to execute it. He's very much a classic center.
Yeah, he is. He's a throwback center, and he stays within himself. But what he does at an elite level is rim protection, rebounding, and finishing.
Well, in the last half-decade or so, the NBA, Steve, has realized the true value of the corner three, and now offenses all over the league are designed to take advantage of it. Part of that is because it's just closer to the rim than any other three-pointer.
Yeah, you're right, and you should. I mean, when you have a three-point arc, yes, the corner threes are going to be shorter, and it's harder from a guy to shoot it from straight on. But when you have a guy that can shoot it straight on, you can see the dynamics of a team defensively. It's hard to cover. But I don't think the NBA should widen the court because of the value of the corner three. That's a part of the game.
Should the lane be widened? Should we talk about the court and making all the threes the same length? What about the lane?
Well, I think you can widen the lane if you change the defensive rules, because right now you're allowed to play zone. If you went back to man-to-man, yes, I think you should widen it. But when teams are allowed to play zone, I think the value of keeping it the same helps the defense a little bit more.
Great positioning on the putback.
One thing DeAndre excels in is finishing putback dunks with some real style.
And here is Beal to the right side. Here's Wall, and it's off the back rim, no good. Bradley against Beal. Baseline jumper. Bradley with another miss. Washington leading now by 19 points. Fires it up, and there's Beal. That's good on the assist from Porter. 17 points for Bradley Beal.
And just carrying over from his last game, completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
Now here's Porter, following the miss by Avery Bradley. Morris kicks to Wall, and stolen by Jordan. Beal against Bradley. Over Beal. Bradley with another miss.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
Morris with the bucket.
Great eye contact. Guys working in tandem in the paint.
The Clippers have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Jordan the screen. There's Gallinari with the three. Good on the triple.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Beal the pass to Gortat. There's the pick. And Smitty, this year the NBA choosing to start the season a bit earlier to cut down on the back-to-back games during the year. Do you think the NBA should spread the schedule out even more? Are you happy the way they have at least gone about this season?
I think the NBA, Adam Silver and those guys have done a fantastic job. I love how they give the guys basically a week after All-Star game. They're starting a little bit early to cut down the back-to-backs. Either way, if you can find ways to help the recovery time, is great. But I think right now, the league and the games and the scheduling, they're in good hands right now.
Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from 12. Again, the miss by Morris. Clippers trail by 18. Outside Bradley. He feeds it to Jordan. Beverly against Morris. 14 feet away. Harris misses.
And doesn't he just have a nose, a knack for the basketball? He is by far their best rebounder.
Oh, no question. He just punishes the opposition in that category, and there's no end in sight.
The shot's good.
I mean, blowing past the defense, Patrick Beverly gets up and down the court in a blink.
Wall dishes to Morris. No good again that time.
When you miss a lay-in, it sort of sucks the energy out of your team.
Bradley can't get it to go.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yep, trying to shoot himself back into this. Regain some confidence first.
Now here's Wall. Right side, Porter. Over Gallinari. Porter, no luck. Clippers trail by 16. And Gallinari kicks to Harris. Offline with his three. Washington's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Beverly against Wall. There's the dish to Gortat. Over Jordan. Got it. Good job in the low post. 8 points for Marcin Gortat.
And we see it all the time, guys. You get the big lead, maybe check out mentally, but not tonight.
They have this game in hand, but they're still pouring it on.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 18. 1:31 left in the game. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots, and also finishing strong.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Harris. Austin Rivers comes in for Gallinari. Lou Williams is checked in for Bradley. And Teodosic subbed in for Patrick Beverly. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Marjanovic, a screen on Frazier. Inside. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Washington.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Wall.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
And here's Frazier after Lou Williams was able to get the three to go. Frazier against Rivers. Here's Scott. The Clippers grab the miss. It's deflected. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. From about 16, Rivers can't get it to go. And here are the Wizards now. It's a 13-point game. Frazier against Williams. Frazier the pass to Meeks. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Mark. You guys were all business tonight. No joking or fooling around. What was the approach?
You know, we come into the game prepared, more focused. We got a lot of energy, and, you know, basically it was an overall good game for us.
Very good performance, Mark. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.